hopping on the call.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for, of course, reaching out and setting up some time with me. It's going to be very helpful and I'm looking forward to it.
That's great. That's great. Great. So I did see that you signed up. Yeah, would love to understand a little bit more about what you do and how we can possibly help you with LinkedIn.
Yeah, so I guess my role and what I do, I've been doing for gosh, a very long time, so
Uh-huh.
near a decade.
Uh-huh.
And of course, LinkedIn is a big part of it. We work with multiple industries at director level, heads, or C level, and we basically prospect them to come and attend our events, which are like
Mhm.
summits or bespoke dinners or virtual.
Mhm.
So I guess the automation process of it, of what you guys offer, is a real exciting pull. I have been with Waxley for a good 7 or 8 months.
Mhm.
Um, so I've got some experience in terms of how everything all works and the benefits, but there's just, I guess, for anybody, new platforms and dashboards can be sometimes a little bit confusing to understand, but once you know how,
Mhm.
you can kind of move forward.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I think since you're familiar with Waalaxy, it becomes easier for me as well. So you know how to use one tool. A lot of the specifics are different, but there's a lot of similarities as well, right? So I can just show you around a little bit, and hopefully you should be able to, go ahead and run some of these campaigns.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. So if you don't mind me asking, what brought you to us? Like Wallaxy is pretty good, right?
Yeah, the software and the automations are really good, but I think it was just the cost.
Okay.
They're very efficient, very tech friendly,
Mhm.
but I think the cost for Waxley just doesn't justify the actions, especially since they've capped the LinkedIn connections as well themselves.
Mhm.
So when I first joined,
Mhm.
I know that it's always a race to against the clock, and we all have to be adaptable. But I think
Right.
it was more like 800 connections a week they were able to send,
Yeah.
and then the 200 rule came in, which then basically just put them in the same boat as all you guys.
Yeah.
And they also jumped up the price per month with no
Yeah.
other benefits or features,
Mhm.
but a decrease in the connections. So yeah, it just wasn't
Yeah.
justifying what I was able to do. And then I did some research and found you guys, and there were some things that I really liked
Mhm.
with you that you don't get on Waxy actually, or I couldn't figure out. And that's like the like and comment on posts. So the engagement side of it as well.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thanks for sharing that. That helps me a lot. What else did you like?
Obviously the connections are a big part for me because I reach out. The
Right.
group messages, I figured out how to kind of run that campaign, and
Uh-huh.
that's really good. And I guess what I was looking for help was, or a little bit demonstration, is on the email function
Mhm.
and the in-mail function as well.
Mhm. Got it. Got it. Makes a ton of sense. Yeah, those things really help you do a lot more volume because LinkedIn is okay with you sending more group messages. So that's great. Um, awesome. I can see that you've set up quite a few sequences. You've got some replies coming in as well. That's lovely to see. All right. So I'll show you some more. I'll show you that those features in more detail, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to the platform, the very first thing you can do is obviously set up the campaigns, which you've done, right? Like this is the group campaign. You've sent like 220 messages. Out of those, you've got responses on 8, which is of course a good conversion rate because LinkedIn groups typically convert at a 1% rate, and you're
Hmm.
at 0.74, which is like 2.7 times. So that's great. Can you just remind me the what features did you want to learn more about? I'll cover them first and go back to the.
So the in-mail campaign,
Mhm.
so I guess sending either finding the in-mails or
Mhm.
messaging the open profiles. and then secondly, an email campaign.
Got it. Let me cover those then. Um, so basically, for let me just go into the demo account and show you rather than on your account. Um, okay, I'm inside the demo account. I'll go to I'll go to campaigns. Yeah. So let's look at the InMail one. So if you click on I'm an advanced user, let's say you want to do InMail campaign, hit save, add from a sales navigator search. So let's say you go to, let's just copy this URL because you know how to do it. Copy link address, you go here, hit save, configure settings, get if another campaign. So what you do is you can do it one of two ways. Either you can do it you can configure it like the people who've got an open profile they'll get in-mails, and the people who don't have it will get you know connection requests. So this is the way you set it up. Let's say hi, first name, you know would love to connect. Hit done. um, Add variant, send in-mail instead of connection request if it's free. So you set that up. This is where you type in your subject.
Oh, wonderful. I haven't found that.
Yeah, because it's a small toggle. I get
Yeah.
that. It's hard to see. It's just this small plus button, add variant, right? So this is how you do that. And yeah, so this is the in-mail aspect. Now let's say you also want to do email, so you do send message. Let's say this is the follow-up message after connecting. This will go on LinkedIn with me, right? You get done, and then let's say add step after you want to send an email. Just type in the email, like hi, first name, um, right.
So a question on the email. I did have a little play around. Are you able to put web links in it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are. And then the body, right? Like whatever the email body is. So this is how you can set it up, right? Like as a part of the same sequence.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but you need to have a couple of other things in place before this works. So you need to go and add your email account. So for that, you'll just need to go to the manage email button here from
Okay.
campaigns. Just set up, follow these instructions and set it up. The other thing you would need to do is you would need to have the email addresses in there. So you would need a third party tool that basically scrapes LinkedIn Sales Navigator and finds emails. We recommend either using something called Find Email or EvaBoot if you're familiar with them.
We
Like
use Lusher.
Lusha is also fine. Anything that scrapes Sales Nav and
Yeah.
gives you. So you just upload that via CSV here, via to creating campaigns and get it going. So I'm an advanced user. Let's say it's email, LinkedIn plus email, LinkedIn plus email, right? Hit save. You import that export from Lasha here, and that's it, right? Like you do everything else the same way.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that is how you can set up the in-mail and the um, email campaigns.
Perfect. And then to circle back for the emails, is it
Mhm.
possible to just do an email campaign without sending the connection?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So what you
So
can
you
do
just
is,
skip that the first, you just skip adding, send a connection, and then
yeah,
just go straight into the email.
yeah. So you can start over from scratch, advanced steps, and you can just do the email.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And can I use the same prospect lists?
Yeah,
Sales
uh,
nav search? Because if I could set one campaign up to view, post, like, and connect, and another to scrape the in-mails to send an email,
yeah.
then that will be fast. That'll have a good turnaround.
Yeah, you can do that. It's
Yep.
just that when you're uploading the list, just make sure you flip that switch off. There's a switch that's called skip if in other campaigns.
Oh,
So
yes, the duplicate. Okay, got you.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much how you do it.
Wonderful. That's really great.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to discuss, or?
No, that's it. Everything else I think I've kind of mastered out, just to take a little bit
Yeah.
more time to filter down the lead search.
Uh-huh.
But other than that, it seems to be working really great and I'm happy with the results.
Awesome, awesome. Really good to hear that. So yeah, I mean, if you have any more questions, feel free to email me, and I'll get back to you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your help. And of course, have a great Christmas.
You too. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.